EZ Quilting has a tool called Simply Crazy, and what it does, it starts your crazy quilt block. It cuts the center. People say the hardest thing about a crazy quilt is getting started, and how do you cut the center? I'm going to show you how easy it is with our crazy tool. You can see it has 1, 2, 3, 4 sizes that you can use for your center. Our largest size, next, three, and 4. Now how do you cut those? Let me show you. I've cut a strip that's going to cut the smallest size center. The first thing you're going to do, and you can see that the strip isn't as wide as the tool, but you don't need that for your smallest size center. I'm going to place the tip of the tool at the bottom of my strip, and I'm going to cut 2 sides. I'm going to turn it around so it's easier for me to cut from my right side, and again cut 2 sides. What you want to do is get it started with that point at the bottom. Then you're going to move you want that smallest center, you're going to move that point down to the point of your center that you cut, 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 cut. And there you have the center, the smallest center for your crazy block. Let me move these out of the way and show you what we're doing to sew our pieces together. You always start with your center. What you're going to do also is cut a foundation. You can cut it out of muslin if you want. You can cut it out of any kind of tearaway foundation that's available. But you want to stitch to a foundation. You start with your center. You want to make sure that your foundation is larger than what your finished block you want your finished block to be. You're going to have all kinds of strips, widths of strips. You could use your scraps. You could cut specific fabrics for the crazy quilt. You want to stitch in a clockwise, which we've done here, or a counterclockwise position around your center. You don't want to start clockwise and then start counterclockwise. You sew your first strip on, and it'll be a little bit bigger than this edge of your center. And then what you'll do is cut and cut to straighten off the edges. Next, you're going to add a second strip. You're going to cut here and cut here to make sure that you have nice straight lines to sew another strip onto. You're going to add your third strip. Again, you'll cut and you'll cut. Add your fourth strip on, cut, cut, and add your fifth strip on, cut here, cut here. You're going to continue working around the center until you have your block as large as you want. And I'll show you here. This is a block that we're just about I'm finished with, and you can see the outside pieces are certainly much bigger than some of these inside pieces that we put on around our center. I'm ready to square off my block. You can see this is all uneven, and I'm just taking my ruler and I'm squaring it off so that I have a nice square block to use. You could sew these blocks together without any lattice in between. You can sew them together with lattice. You could use these to make all kinds of things. I'm going to show you a beautiful pillow that we've made with adding on trims and tassels and a little bit of embroidery in the center. Traditionally, crazy quilt blocks are hand embroidered, lots of embellishment put on them, buttons and beads and embroidery, lots of different things. You can do that by hand or you could do it by machine. This is a piece that we've put together 4 blocks, and as you can see there's lots of different embroidery on there. There's some lace, trims, there's beading. Lots of different kinds of embroidery floss, cottons and metallics. But lots of embellishment went on to traditional crazy quilts. And finally, we have, this is actually folded into four blocks sewn together, made with very soft pastels for a baby quilt, and cotton rickrack sewn on rather than the beads and the embellishments that you would put on a traditional quilt.